What are the emerging trends and changes in consumer behavior do you see in the sales and marketing landscape, and how can startups stay ahead of the curve and adapt to these changes?
Yeah. What I feel is that uh, one has to one has to be consistent and prompt in communication. That is one big thing that I'm seeing in terms of consumer behavior. Consumers today, vis-a-vis what consumers were 3 years to 5 years back, require a lot of instant resolution to their queries, to their problems that they're facing. For example, if if a uh, if a organization which is providing uh, you know a cab service, or maybe a platform for cabs, if it is giving you an instant response, or a food delivery app is giving you an instant resolution, that is what the consumers requires, rather than gone are the days where you have to book 2 hours in advance, 3 hours in advance. You have to search for all that. So that's causing very great shift as far as consumer behavior is concerned. Second is that consumers require a lot of personalized experiences through leveraging AI and the algorithms which is there. So today, if I have a um, objective, for example, of going from place A to place B, and I want to ensure that I carry my lunch along with that. So today, if is it a is a car, is a app going to help me with both my travel needs and my food needs at the same time? So those kinds of things, in terms of personalized user experience through AI, is something that are coming in very quickly. Then another thing customers are very sensitive about these days is also how they are giving a feedback, and how that their feedback is getting to the improved service or improved product which a startup is offering. Example, if you are if there is a delay or in a service, then if a loyal customer is giving a feedback, then how quickly is the and how resilient the process is, that it is incorporating that feedback and improving that particular service proposition or the product proposition. So these are the top 3 4 things, that how the consumer behavior today is changing super rapidly. And that's where it's keeping all the startups on their toes, and ensuring that whatever the expectation is, because at the end of the day, the service is the same. The problem that many of the startups are addressing is the same in many of the sectors, right? But if you are able to clearly get the pulse of the customers in this way, I think it will be a clear, sustainable competitive advantage for those startups.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you mentioned in your previous answer that there is a lot of changes happening in the ecosystem due to AI. So, what is the future of sales and business development looks like after AI?
Yeah, so it is going to become more and more competitive. This is what I can say, because what AI does is, if used effectively, it will be able to help a lot of people with a very low cost reach out to the suspects, the entire suspect universe, the prospects. Also, take out customized communications for your target segment, and then tailored proposals or tailored propositions for that. So when this kind of a AI tool is available to a lot of companies, which otherwise used to happen about a year or 2 years back through huge teams of marketing, sales, customer communications, etc. So then then a lot of empowerment happens to even smaller organizations or the companies which are trying to disrupt. So when the marketplace becomes more crowded for the same set of customers, then the competition gets intensified, and that's what's happening right now. For example, there are some advanced AI tools that can identify your customer list. They can validate the email records, etc. They can validate the phone numbers, and then based on the customer journey or based on the prospect journey, they can position your products completely seamlessly, automatically. So so that becomes like, so more and more customer centricity or the prospect centricity will come, and the sales and marketing propositions will have to be much more sharper, and much more timely, and given when we are progressing on the AI journey for sales and marketing.
And sir, what is something that you have seen in the B2B landscape in India that you would like to highlight for founders who want to expand their businesses in India and should keep and should know about?
Okay, so one is certainly which is one is very very important is, it's whatever it is, the proposition is, it should be it's a people's business at the end of the day. And many of the founders think that, if they have got a, a very good product proposition, a very good thing to address, then certainly it is not. But certainly, in a B2B landscape, a lot of your networks which you have created, um, a lot of um, a lot of value that gets delivered, perceived value that gets delivered through those networks, and also um, uh, and also, you know putting the products or the services at the right stage of the evolution cycle of that industry. For example, if if the digital wallets came about 10 years back, okay, when when the connectivity was still an issue, in India, in a market like India, then certainly that propositions wouldn't have been that successful. Because today, with the kind of connectivity first, the digital wallets, the entire payment ecosystem, the fintech ecosystem, that has been able to reach the grassroots levels. Almost every individual has a digital wallet, in terms of the the payment wallets, etc., Paytm or any other payment wallets which they're using. So it's very very important to position the product at the right time, given the evolution of the particular industry. That's very very important. Second is what B2B leaders, if startups should also think, is also about the long term evolution in terms of the glide path of the particular industry. For example, you're solving a problem for the year, but there can be a lot of regulatory changes, there can be a lot of um, competitive environment changes that can happen in 3 years time, in 6 years, in 5 years time, that can really change the course of the business. So the business continuity over next 3 to 5 years at least should be on the radar at any given point in time. So that's there. Third thing is, which is very very important, mission critical, is innovation. And certainly, I'm a firm believer that a certain percentage of your budgets have to be focused only on innovation, because innovation is mission critical, and you have to always compete against your best self to provide a better solution to the B2B organization that you are serving. For example, if a B2B organization has started with a with one application which can be used by web interface, it has to very quickly go to a app, in that scenario. Once you go to that, then how you incorporate AI and machine learning and analytics into value adding to your B2B customer base. How do you engage them? So there are a host of 10 to 12 very very critical things that you need to innovate on, and then take that innovation to the customer for a tangible value addition. An innovation cannot be a good a good to have kind of a thing. It should be something which really makes a dollar difference or a experience difference to your B2B customer. So those are the kinds of 3 to 4 very critical things, as per my experience, that a B2B organizations or founders should uh, should be very very careful on.